Greetings everybody, thank you once again ladies and gentlemen for tuning in to the Eden Audio YouTube channel. This weekend I found myself in Bristol for the 2020 HiFi show that takes place there on a yearly basis. The show was from the Friday through to the Sunday, but I got myself there on the Sunday. I noticed almost instantly that the figures and the footfall seemed to be down quite a lot compared to the previous year that I went. The rooms didn't seem quite so packed this year. I don't know the exact reason for this. However, it was a good show. There was a lot of new products that were on demonstration. Some of the rooms, probably 4 or 5 rooms, really did stand out as having exceptional superlative sound quality. Other rooms sounded rather mediocre, and there was 1 or 2 rooms that really didn't do that much for me. But as I say, I prepared for you some coverage that I thought was the best of the show. But please allow for some shaky footage, some sound that's probably a little bit out, some focus that's a little bit out. I wasn't feeling at my best because I've just recently come out of hospital. I'm not up to full strength, whether or not I'll ever be up to full strength, but I didn't have a huge amount of strength. I actually wasn't that sure that I was going to be actually able to attend, but I did make the effort to get there. So please allow for a little bit of footage that's probably a little bit shaky, a little bit out of focus. As I say, I didn't have a huge amount of strength, but I'd done the best that I possibly could. So I hope you enjoy some of the footage that I prepared for you of the Bristol 2020 HiFi show. Thank you very much everybody for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy what I prepared for you. Thanks very much.
Got it on the phone. But no, so the way it works is you think you've got a CD player that has all the music parts inside of it, so you can go the right way to play it. It's all going to get sent down the cable into the speaker in that way. So you're not going to give you that clear sound.
Yeah.
But the way this works is it says that it's first of all it plays.
Oh yeah.
in a video? TV and video?
Not in the home keep. No, you can go out, turn right, see Harvey next. You just walk a few yards down there, there's like a little mall, there's all the cash machines, there's Sainsbury's. Well, you know, there's banks everywhere. So I'll put this to one side. Yeah, all right. Did you log on? Everybody upstairs.
Okay, my name is Glenn Lipgard. We are the distributors of Nagaoka cartridges from Japan. Nagaoka started producing cartridges way back in 1945 after the end of World War II. They are the only manufacturer worldwide who makes all the parts themselves, like the tips for the stylus, the magnets for the cartridges, for the cantilevers. They do all the injection molding of the parts that they require. And the other manufacturers of cartridges, they design the cartridge, but they usually have to buy the parts that they need elsewhere, like from Nagaoka. So it's a very interesting manufacturer. We have from Nagaoka also the supports for audio equipment to make sure that there's no acoustic feedback. And you'll see a little red tip on the top of the supports, and that is a ruby tip, which means that there's only a point contact between the support and the part that you put on the table, and because of that there is no acoustic feedback from any vibrations on the table or whatever back into your record player. Another interesting thing of Nagaoka is they have made for their cartridges a series of 78 RPM tips, which you can see over there. Nagaoka makes a range of 78 tips in different sizes, and the reason for that is that old 78 RPM records have been played with steel needles, and so a lot of damage has been done to the grooves, and by using different sized tips you can try and find a level in the groove, higher or lower, where there could be less damage. So for a 78 RPM record enthusiast, this is a good solution to get a better sound reproduction on a modern system. Grado is one of the older cartridge manufacturers worldwide. They started in 1953 on the tabletop in the kitchen, and they've grown to be one of the world's high-end manufacturers of cartridges and of headphones. Their range is such that everybody can buy a Grado cartridge. The cheapest one starts at around £89, the Grado Black, and the most expensive one is the new Epoch cartridge, which sells for £10,800. And they have cartridges in every range in between those two figures. So it's a all consumer supplying company. Another interesting product that we made is our 78 RPM Strobo disc. In the old days when people first started cutting records, every manufacturer had their own cutting speed. And so if you look at an old phonograph like a Patterphone or one of the very old Goldwings with the big horns, you will see that there is also a pitch control on them. That is because there were manufacturers cutting at, let's say, 60 RPM, way up to 90 RPM. Now, when you listen to a very old 78 RPM record, very often you will find that the sound is either much too high in frequency or much too low in frequency. So it doesn't sound normal. So with a modern DJ player where you have 78 RPM plus a pitch control, if you know the music or the singer, you can adjust the speed until it sounds right. What you then do is you take off the record and you put on a 78 RPM stroboscope, and you can read the actual speed that the record was cut at. That you mark on the sleeve of the record. Next time when you want to play that record, you first put on the stroboscope, you set the speed proper, and then you play the record. That's only possible with a stroboscope like this. And when the specific speed is checked, then one of the numbers will be standing still, and that's the speed that you're then doing the turntable at. And that's the speed where that particular record would have to be played with. And there are not so many hobbyists around for 78, but the ones who do that, they're really happy with this type of product. And there are not so many hobbyists around for 78, but the ones who do that, they're really happy with this type of product. In combination with the Nagaoka 78 RPM.
This is the
I know you can. Do you want to